Hello, friends I haven't met yet. Welcome to my channel. My name's Michelle and I'm a beauty treasure hunter. And today I'm trying several products from Serena Williams' line, the Wyn Beauty, as well as some other finds that you might want to snatch up yourself that are really affordable. If you want to see how I got this look, please keep watching. Okay, let's get started. I've already put on my Biore Watery Essence Sunscreen. I'm going to follow that today with some Neutrogena Mineral UV Tint, and this is in the medium to deep, and it's going to act like a bronzer for me, in addition to another layer of sunscreen. And I am on day 6 on having a spot frozen off, and so it flaked off yesterday. It's looking pretty good. Got a little ways to go before it heals all the way though. Now I'm going to go in with some Maybelline Poreless Jelly Primer. I think it's a cross between, a sticky primer and a pore filling primer. It's kind of a transparent blue-green color. Reminds me of the e.l.f. It feels wonderful. It feels more smooth than sticky or grippy. Now I'm going to go in with my Kaja stick and stamp and use the stick side, and the color is Petal Prism, and it's kind of just a natural color. But it acts as a nice primer. Trying to cover those veins there, see? Also going to go below. Okay, now my lids are ready. And I'm going to use this Revolution, the Master Icon. It's all matte with 2 creams. Kind of reminds me, and I don't have the Patrick Ta palette that's all matte, but that's what it reminds me of. I think it's supposed to be a dupe for that. And I'm going to use this color right here just to kind of set the cream I already have down. Now I'm going to go a little bit darker with this one right here. Doing that in the crease. And this brush is just a good shadow brush. It's a Morphe TE202 that I got in a set at Marshall's. With that same set, this one is the TE200. You can see it's a little bit shorter and denser. And I'm going to go a little bit darker. Just in the outer corner. Outer third maybe. And I'll blend the top in just a moment. I'm going to use this same dark color underneath. So I'm going to use one of my thinner pencil brushes. I like to go straight across there, so you're going to have a little triangle to fill in, kind of. And I go with this shape of shadow most every time because it just gives a good lift to the eyes, and it also, using a dark color on the outer corner like that, hides my wrinkles over there, hides my crow's feet. I'm gonna just use a clean brush that's kind of that same shape, little dents, just to blend. Okay, now I'm gonna clean up the edges. I just like to use a baby wipe on the fold. So that it should like match up with the outer corner of your lashes. Okay, now I'm going to show you a real bargain that I got at the Dollar Tree. This is by La Mercerie, and it is a brow pencil in dark brown, and it's kind of got the little triangle shape to it. It's not too dark and it's not too warm. It's right in the Goldilocks zone for me. And it also has this cute little like paddle brush on the end, and it feels really good. And I'm going to use my Maybelline Super Lock Brow Glue just in the clear. I like to pat them down. Okay, now the brand that I'm going to do a lot of today is the one that's by Serena Williams, the Wyn Beauty, and it's on sale right now at Ulta. Super cheap, and I wondered why, and I did notice that the colors that I bought expire next month, so that's disappointing, but I'll use them until I can tell that they're expired. And I got 2 concealers, and I think I'm gonna go with 150. I might change my mind. Let's see. Oh, I think that looks fine. This is a Japanese brush, and it is a small kitten paw, and this one is called Precision Baking, but I'm gonna use it for concealer. To take the warmth of my fingers. Friction causes heat, you know. And I'm going to try a new mascara that I got at the Dollar Tree today. It's by the Marie Claire, and this is the defining and volumizing one. And I think it's going to do a pretty good job, except it's going to take a few coats. And I only do my lowers because I wear sectionals on my upper lids. And the 5-day Super Stick Glue by Kiss. And I just wear them until I feel like I've gotten them dirty with makeup. I don't last for 5 days sometimes, but they're easy to remove. And then I just do a thorough cleaning with hypochlorous acid. I can see them. That's good. If you can see blonde lower lashes. My favorite shade in the Wyn Beauty Hydrating Skin Enhancing Tint, SPF 30. So this will be my 3rd layer of some sun protection. And this is in shade 150 Flex, and I'll show you what that looks like. And when I went into Ulta to test the shades, and I liked 30, 45, 90, 120, and 150. All of those were nice and cool, which is a breath of fresh air, because sometimes lines don't have a single one. And I'm going to use my brush. It's a large kitten paw. Got this on Amazon. I think you can get 3 different sizes, this size, a medium, and a small, that looks like a concealer brush. And right now, I checked, they're $6.99 for 3 brushes, and they're very, very good quality. I've washed mine several times with no issues whatsoever. This has a slight scent that dissipates after you get it on. You only notice it when you're applying it. But if scents bother you, you might not like it. If it hung around, it might bother me, but it doesn't hang around. Okay, I'm going to use a damp sponge just to soak up any excess, but that was pretty much 2 pumps. Feels wonderful. Doesn't feel heavy. Then I like to check up closer in the mirror. Sometimes wipe any excess out of my smile lines there. That's why I like to use my fingers a great deal of the time, because I end up going back and patting things in anyway. All right, and I just ordered 4 more of the Milani Supercharged Chicken Lip multi-sticks. This one's in 160 bronze voltage. And I've heard others say that they don't like it, that it... Actually, I heard Stephanie Marie talking about a blush shade. It wasn't the bronzer shade. And that she thought it sheared out too much, but I think this shears out perfectly and leaves just the right amount behind so that it looks natural. And this brush is by this company, Monge, I guess, and it's on Amazon as well. Then I flip it over for the flat side. And I do like to get darkness in here to hide that vein. I didn't see it until I was in my 50s, so it's like with each decade, it's kind of nice to know what's coming. Or what you might start to notice. And with my gels, I like to go above a little bit. This may end up being too dark, but I'm gonna try it. I found a new color of the Ioni lip pencil. This one was in like True Brown is what it's called. So I may end up blotting this off, I don't know. These really stay on well. I also got 3 shades of the Wyn Beauty lipsticks, Debate. And let's see, I'll show you. There's Debate, it's a nice red. This is Tell, and it's very close, but it's a little bit more berry than the other. And my favorite one so far is called Recite, and it's a little bit lighter than the other 2 there. So that's what I'm going to go with. And then I always like to take a nude to kind of go in the center. And this is one by Laura Mercier that I got at Marshall's called Honey Taupe. So if you see it, you might want to grab it. Kind of looks like that. It's really, really light. But it kind of controls the intensity of anything. Years and years ago, Mary Kay used to have a shade that was kind of like this and sparkly a little bit. It was called Intensity Controller, that you could add on the top of any lipstick and take it down a notch, which is what I use this for. I also got one of the sparkly glosses by Wyn Beauty. And this one's in the shade Victory. I love her shade names. And it's kind of a light brown with some sparkle. Okay, next, I had really been wanting one of these Morphe Cheek Thrills blushes, and this one is in the shade After Party, I think. Here's what it looks like. 2 are creams, and 1 is powder. So I think I'm going to start with the top cream and then powder that, and maybe use this as a highlighter. And I like to, with creams, use a denser brush. So this is my Moda Kitten Paw. When I was younger, I always put my blush up high because, I mean, that's what I looked like when I got in from the sun. And hey, now it's kind of a thing. Okay, now I like to use an angled, fluffier brush for the powder. And just kind of roll it. And if you're going along and you're thinking, whoo, this is bright, you can always powder it. Don't panic. All right, since this is sparkly, I guess they call it a blush topper. I'm going to use my finger for that. Now I'm looking pretty dewy. The next part is kind of scary for me because I have 2 powders that I've never tried before, and they're from the Dollar Tree. But this is not a video of all my top favorites right now, so I'm gonna try the Mary Claire setting powder, just very lightly, with a smaller fluffy brush. And see if this will take down some of my shine in the T-zone. There's a kind of very light, pleasant scent to this. Okay, not bad. The other one is a finishing powder, so I may not get to that today, but we'll see. Now I am going to use my H2O Lock LA Girl underneath my eyes. Let me make sure I don't have any creasing. I think this powder's kind of moisturizing. It's crazy. Feels like you're tapping yourself with water. And it doesn't make my skin shrivel up and suck up all the moisture that's around it. I already had an infallible bronzer, and I really didn't care for it. And I wondered why, because I've heard so many people say they love it. And so I found at my salvage store the other day another shade, and it was 99 cents. And I was like, I hope this is not one I already have. And it's not. Okay, so this is what I had, which is not bad, but it's kind of yellowy. And it is $2.50 light. But I picked up 200 fair, and its undertone is a little bit pinky. See if it shows up. Let me try it again. And you can't tell, it's looking like this one's more yellow. But when I look at it on my hand, the opposite is true. So apparently my monitor's not perfect on the color. But I'm going to use this today with my big, gigantic Real Techniques brush 262. I'm just going to roll it around in there. Come down the neck. I also like to go kind of around my mouth because it looks really white right now. And I kind of like to hit above my eyebrows because it ends up looking kind of white there too. And sometimes if my under eyes end up looking really white, I'll kind of go under there. That helps my puffiness to not show up as bad. I have allergies that make my under eyes be really puffy at times, and others, you know, they're not. It's crazy. All right, now because this is a finishing powder, I'm gonna try it. Finishing powders are usually for the very end to just soften things up. So I'll use a fluffier brush for that. This is cute. It has a little embossed plant looking leaves. Okay, let's see. So when I look close up, the thing is I'm still seeing a little bit of my pores. So I'm gonna go in with my tried and true About Face pink powder with a puff. And you can wash these puffs. They do so well. I just wash them by hand and kind of prop them up to dry. So I just like to press anywhere I have pores. Visible pores. Pores are the new wrinkles. That is better. I don't know if you can tell, but I can. And I got a new setting spray. I think Cover FX has been bought out because everything is on sale. This was $5.99 at, I think I got it at Marshall's. It has no scent. It's called the High Performance Setting Spray, and the mister is really nice. Okay, I still see a little bit of glow, which is good. So this is my final look for the day. And I have to say, I really like the Wyn Beauty products. And I know they're on sale right now, but I talked to the lady at Ulta and she thinks maybe they're on sale because maybe they won't be carried in Ulta anymore, but she doesn't think that the brand is going away, so that's good. I have combo skin, and even though these are very moisturizing, or the skin tint is, I feel like a little powder helped everything kind of set nicely. Really like the Ioni pencil, lip pencil, and the Revolution Master Icon palette. I like that too. So everything I tried today, I really like. Thank you for spending some time with me today. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope that these last few minutes with me have taken your mind off the cares of the world for just a little while. And I hope you see me next time. Well, heck, where'd it go?